previously on Balls.
Time because the good man has joined us. Gary, thank you very much. And sorry, I know that you do have to rush out, so we won't keep you very long, but thanks for hanging in there. We had the good Dr. Ali Bacher, who has got so many stories to tell, so an hour flew by. Nice to see you.
I bet that was fun with Dr. Bacher.
It was very interesting,
Yes.
very, very interesting, and only the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more we could have sat and chatted to him about, but thanks for your patience, so we won't keep you long. Big nights tonight.
Yes, I think when the tournament started, there was not a lot of pundits putting their weight behind England. And I think after the first two games, suddenly that's starting to sway a bit. Suddenly the English fans are getting more and more optimistic because in those first two games, the players that came in, the likes of Welbeck, certainly Young, Chamberlain, I think they showed that they can take this team forward. And of course, Wayne Rooney's back tonight, and we only need a draw against Ukraine to go forward. So overall, I think it's looking very positive. Of course, it'll be a tough game against the co-hosts, and it'll be fighting to stay in the competition. But we just feel that England have got a great opportunity of going through.
And fighting to stay in the competition on the field. We hope that's the only fighting that we see. Just give us what's the word back home, because I know, and I was watching some very scary documentaries weeks before the competition even started, about Ukrainian thugs that were ganging up together. I mean, normally they beating the crap out of each other, and now they've decided they're ganging up with each other to take on the English fans. Is there a lot of concern over there in the media and the press about what might happen off the field tonight, or do they pretty much think that the tournament have got everything under control?
I think there was concern in the lead up to the competition, but the feedback from over there at the moment is that yes, there have been a couple of minor incidents really in certain areas, but nothing of a major consequence. Again, you hope that all the things that are built up in the media are very much overhyped, as they were about the World Cup in South Africa.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if Poland and Ukraine can have the same success South Africa had in producing, obviously in 2010, the best and most secure World Cup in history, then I think Poland and Ukraine would be doing very well if they could match that.
Yeah, and it would stop future World Cups from being tainted with the same nonsense, although they're already starting to talk about Russia and problems they might have over there. So I suppose they'll always be around. To get back to the football, and it's still early days, too early to sort of say that Roy might have brought the right touch to this England side. There was a lot of skepticism about whether he'd be the right man or not. And really, it's about managing some really, really good players. Do you think he's brought the right touch? Can you see evidence of that in this early stage?
I think what we're seeing is exactly what we expected from Roy. I think Roy likes to he likes to make a team, not just a team of individual players. So I think the actual atmosphere in the England camp is the best it's been for a long time. I think the players are all getting on. I think the players are working well together. So overall, I think generally they're accepting what Roy is saying. Roy is a very conservative manager. His main basis is let's make ourselves very difficult to be beaten. And if you can do that, you can always catch the teams on counter-attacking football, on set-piece football. So that's the way that I think Roy sets his stall out, to make sure you're not going to get beaten and don't concede goals early on.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, I think it's much as what we expected from Roy. And of course, bringing people like Wayne Rooney back into the side, and players who've got the qualities to produce a bit of magic now and then, as Danny Welbeck did with the winning goal in the last game. So yeah, as I said, suddenly, I actually preferred it when there was no expectations here in England, because then, normally we always think England will win everything we go in for. Started this competition, expectations were very, very low. And of course, suddenly after the first two games, suddenly now it's starting to raise a bit.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed, we can keep our feet on the ground. We can do that. I believe this team is capable of going a long way in the competition.
All right, on that point, and then we will let you go. Just with Russia gone now, a lot of people were saying they look like the form side. The Netherlands, everyone was saying, I think they were third favourites when they started, but a lot of people had said it's the Netherlands here this year. They gone. Where do you see the strength at the moment as far as what's left in the tournament?
Well, certainly Spain and Germany. I think those are the teams you're going to have to beat. Funnily enough, last night, obviously, Croatia could have got a an equaliser at one stage, Spain would have been out.
Yeah.
But having said that, I think all football purists around the world want Spain to be there because they are playing the best football at the moment. Their midfield is absolutely fantastic. The way they move the ball, the movement of the players. So they're a team that I think you always enjoy watching. But they can be beaten. And of course, Germany looking very, very strong in this competition, as it did in all the qualifying games.
Yeah, they've got that dangerous, organised look about them, haven't they? Whenever they look so well organised as only the Germans can, you start to get a little bit scared of them.
I think you're always scared of the Germans in competition football.
Yeah.
I think tournament football is very different from any other league competitions or cup competitions, and the Germans tend to do it very, very well. So yes, I think they'll get stronger as the tournament moves on. But I just still feel that as an outside bet, it's worth putting a few rand on England.
All right, there we go.
Right, thanks, Gary.
A lot of South Africans will really struggle to do that, Gary, but especially with the two of your rugby teams in South Africa at the moment. But maybe one or two will just hear you say that and go, all right, well, let's quietly go and put a bet on. Just before we let you go, and it's been bothering me every time we speak to you, but that picture just above as it would be your left ear. Is that a young Gary Mabbutt? And your left ear. I don't know. Maybe, no, the other side, Gary. On the other side, that side.
This side.
The one closest to you there.
Yes.
What?
It's all the ones behind me are of my family. So,
Okay.
Oh, nice.
But is that you as a young Gary Mabbutt, England skipper there, or?
Yeah, that would have been a very young Gary Mabbutt, yes. And also, thank you very much indeed for not mentioning the rugby results.
No, we talk rugby to other England people, so luckily you're off the hook there. Thanks, Gary. All the best, and thanks again for your patience for waiting for us while we chatted to Dr. Bacher. All the best.
No problem. Thanks.
Good luck tonight.
Bye, Gary.
Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you. Bye.
Bye. There we go. Gary Mabbutt. Nice guy. Such a lovely guy joining us on Balls Visual Radio today. As now he heads off to go and fetch his daughter.
His family every day fetches him, yeah.
See, even
it
he
seems
admits,
like it, huh?
Even he admits that Manchester United players
Oh,
are
get
there
over it.
to help other teams.
And you're sitting there munching your salad while we're chatting to him.
I was loving that.
Yeah.
A while back, and
Yeah.
fabulous.
That's the one interesting thing, though. You're looking at Man United, they've always got like 5, 6, 7 England players
Yeah.
in their side. So they're always popular in the England team because I think the coach first goes, right, pick all the Man U players and then we'll fill up with the rest.
Can he go all the way? I think he might. Brilliant! Brilliant!
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on balls.co.za.